Hello and welcome to the channel. Are you ready to become a pro in Call of Duty Mobile Battle Royale? If yes, then this is the perfect video for you. Join me as I walk you through some amazing gameplay, while giving you the best tips and tricks that you will not find anywhere else. So grab yourself some popcorn and witness how to be great. I'm the jump leader, so I get to choose where to land. And I'm picking the farm because there's enough supplies and also places to take cover. Now the team and I have made it, and the first thing that is important is to loot as fast as possible, like your life is on the line, because it is. As I loot, I'm looking for the best weapons out of the bunch and making sure I have two different weapons from different categories. The reason for this is to be conservative with ammo, and one is for long-range fights and the other for close combat. Now we can get into some action. There looks to be danger, so the first thing I do is draw my weapon and analyze the situation thoroughly. There's a guy on the roof, so I use my handy spotter class and get under him immediately. As I know he's about to jump off, I get ready. Right here I notice he is still on the roof, so I do it again and wait for him to do what's expected. And here he is, just in time for a few hot ones. Notice how I'm slowly walking towards cover while shooting. This is a foolproof way to win risky gunfights. Now as I come out of the house, I notice the rest of the team. One is reviving and the other is running inside to get his partner's dog tags. So my first option is to take out as many as fast as possible while still maintaining cover nearby. After eliminating them, I have to keep in mind that another of their teammates ran into the other direction. And here he is coming to revive his teammates, so I keep my distance, while still applying pressure as much as possible, to hopefully deter him from performing such a dangerous task. Now I've ran into a problem. My teammates need reviving. So what I decide to do is throw smoke near my destination and get ready for battle. After reviving my partner, I hear the enemies to the right, so I look for the best positioning. Now once you see your target, it's best to wait out the easier option. And for me, that is using my class, which is spotter, because my enemies are fairly out in the open. After taking out this clumsy guy, I begin to keep applying pressure to the place where I initially sent a cluster strike. Never mind him, just a free kill. Now back to those other guys. The best decision for this situation is to throw as much grenades as you can to weaken them, then make your move. When shooting, remember to keep cover nearby just in case. As you begin to push, make sure your teammates are with you just to be safe. Everything was going perfect until I was surprised by this guy, but luckily, that's why you keep teammates nearby. When knocked down, the best choice is to get to cover as fast as you can, repositioning yourself from the enemy. And good thing my teammate has smoke, which is an awesome way to revive without getting hurt. Now as we celebrate, I ended up being attacked by an aggressive player. So I get to cover and get ready to launch my surprise attack, which is always successful, by the way. Now we are nearly done and are engaged in a long-range battle. So the best decision is to give them all I got, without wasting precious bullets until absolutely necessary. Now this is a dangerous situation because now the team and I are out in the open. So the best decision would be to throw smoke and find cover until the enemy shows his face. Now my brave teammate is over there right on top of the enemy, so I help him out as much as possible while still keeping my distance. This enemy won't go down without a fight, so remain under cover until your teammates either get killed or until you see the winner screen. And after a small skirmish, the battle is won and we are successful. Now the second game, and my teammates choose to go to Rivertown, so I know I'll have to be quick. Luckily there's no one here, so we can loot in peace. The first thing I set my mind to is getting an upgraded class, so that I'm prepared for try-hard enemies. As I notice my teammate got knocked down, the first thing I do is send a cluster strike to one direction and get them running in the other. Even though I didn't plan on that attack knocking him down, it did. But he's lucky because what I intentionally had in store for him was very brutal. But his partner ended up taking the bait while running from him. And right after the altercation, I put on my armor and focus on myself, then my teammate. Here's why. Look at how the bot shot me, and imagine if I hadn't put on the armor first. So moral of the story is always be prepared. The guy I just killed, well, he's back to be killed again. Now I know his team is nearby, so I do my best to ward them off into the direction I want them in. But luckily the guy was by himself and just landed off of the revival flight, looking for loot because his team is all the way in the other side, in that open grassland. So, as we make it out of the circle is when we notice the other team. So like normal, the best decision is to apply pressure while using the least amount of bullets, because they will come in handy once everyone is weak with no armor left. And once you take out an enemy, make sure to finish the job immediately before engaging another. Now it's time to let him have it. After shooting at him for a while, my enemy took cover behind a tree, which is smart but not enough. When this happens, throw a grenade to remove him from that spot, then give it to him raw. Now as the circle closes, you want to stay as close to the edge as possible, and slowly close in on the enemy, in a different position as your teammates. This will surprise and overwhelm the enemy and ensure a win. Let me do the honors. Now that he's out of the way, it's time to get out of the storm, while staying as close to it as possible. And now it's all or nothing when it's the last guy you sock it to him. And that, my friends, is how to win every battle royale, and also have fun doing it. Stay tuned because there's way more where this came from. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.